Welcome back to another episode of Martin James Designs. I'm recording frequently again, so we're moving pretty quick on the shop. Last episode, I showed you guys that we were installing all the shelving and the built-in cabinets and workbenches. That was all completed, but on this episode, we never got to it last time, but we're gonna be going through the process of the compressor, the car lift, and all the sandblast cabinets and all the final details of the shop before I start on the powder coat and paint area. So after that, I'll bring you guys for a little tour around the shop and kind of give you a full update of where we're at. So let's get to it. Okay, it's been a few days since I've got the air compressor here. Just had to go away for a bit, but I'm back and I'm ready to get all of these air lines and everything hooked up. I just finished building the platform up there for the weight of the compressor. We're gonna grab the Bobcat and lift them up. I have a couple friends coming and they're gonna give me a hand. I figured I'll also show you guys all the parts that I'll be using to build this air compressor system in my shop. So here's, as I said before, here's my two-stage 60-gallon Ingersoll Rand air compressor. It's gonna be going up there. I got it all ready to go with the wire and the platform. Then I have these 50-foot reels. They're 1/2 inch. And I'll be mounting those in 3 locations in the shop. I'll be mounting one on that post. I'll be mounting one over in the back corner. And I'll also be mounting one right there underneath the compressor. I've ran air lines underground, as I've mentioned before. So there's 3 locations. And there's also a location over here in the cupboard for my motorcycle lift, which I'll be custom making that airline. So I have this I'm gonna cut up and run that underneath the floor. I've gotten all my fittings. I'll be using Wurzbo fittings, expanding the pipe with the plumbing fittings, all brass fittings coming out of the wall. And I'm gonna have a full regulator and air filter coming out of the actual unit itself with isolation valves, and I'll be doing 50 feet of hose as soon as it leaves the air compressor to get rid of all the heat before it goes into the lines. And then this one will be going again to be regulated down to 25 to 30 psi on that side of the shop, because I'm going to be using that for powder coat and paint. So I'll have one for my bike lift, I'll have 2 that will be regular mechanic air, and then this one will be used for the air for the painting and powder coating. Here's my 50-foot reel. I got it connected to the regulator and the air filter. This is gonna be operating the paint and powder coat area. So this is one of the 2 locations for the mechanic air, just standard regular air. I got my shut off. I've done them all in brass and connected to here, and I got another 50-foot reel. So that one's done. I got one more to do behind the work station, or the toolbox there. And then this one here, I'm gonna hard pipe a custom line coming out of this cabinet down through the floor, and that's gonna operate the foot pedal for my bike lift. So that's what I'm working on now. Okay, I got the foot pedal connected with the quick connect, and then I ran the hose underneath this big cabinet here, and then it comes up through this hole right into the airline and through the wall and goes up to the compressor. So keeps it all nice and clean and hidden. And if I really need to, I can always disconnect it from the foot pedal and use this line for something else. Okay, I grabbed some white 1-inch PVC pipe and I painted it black. So there's the hub on it, you can see. and I'm gonna sleeve it through over top of this pipe, and I used a Wurzbo fitting, the expanded pipe, so you don't have restriction of air. I'm gonna slide it underneath that and have the line come up here so it's nice and solid and all black. You won't even notice it. And the air line will come out here. Okay, there it is. It's all strapped up. Got my shut-off valve so I can never replace or move the hose if I need to. And I got it all strapped and secured. And then I mounted the air reel, got the connection ready to go. So that one's for straight mechanic air. Okay, here's the final install, the 60-gallon 2-stage Ingersoll ran tank. It is lag bolted and extremely secured, seismic strapped. It's going nowhere. Here is the plumbing I did. This is a Wurzbo 20-foot coil that I've coiled up, so when it leaves the tank, any hot air that's leaving will cool itself down before it goes into the regulator, and that will help with moisture and condensation. I have a drain port here if I need to, as well as the one that's obviously on the bottom of the tank. I have a gauge to see what pressure is going into the regulator and when it leaves, so I can be super accurate on my adjustments. And then that line goes down and that feeds all of the air lines like this one and the other ones that are around the shop. Okay, I just finished taping out for where the radiant heating lines in the floor. We kept them out of these squares, so I just retaped them after I looked at the pictures. And these are where the posts are gonna go, because today the lift's going in, the car lift. So I got the electrical ready to go. I've hired them to install it, Babco lifts, so they're on their way here. And we're gonna get this thing installed today. Okay, here's the Bendpak 10,000 pound 2-post lift. It's fully operational. I've already used it quite a few times. Got the electrical all completed. Can't wait to get my 64 Impala on this thing over the winter. So that's all done. As I showed you earlier, all the compressor is finished. Plumbing with all the air lines all around the shop, completely functional. Got that air line completed. The bike lift is fully operational. The paint and powder coat area is fully operational, but I'll go through that next time. Okay, I know I said in the intro I'd probably be doing a little shop tour and gonna go over all the sandblast cabinet and things like that, but as I was editing the video, I didn't realize how long it was. So I wanted to keep these videos short, around 10-minute mark. That way you guys can watch them fairly quick, not have to spend too much time per episode. So I'm gonna cut this video here. We got the compressor done, the car lifts in, and I have a whole bunch of cool footage coming up with the sandblast cabinet, the parts washing station. I'm gonna be building a spray booth and powder coat booth. I have my oven coming, and the whole bunch of things that are still gonna be happening. So make sure you guys subscribe, like, stay tuned, and I'll catch you on the next one.